Hey guys, welcome to Matt Does Stuff. The stuff I've got for you today is I'm going to be showing you how I made a hidden door inside the house when I was doing the renovations. It doesn't lead to, the hidden door that I've built doesn't lead to a bar or a dungeon, or it's not a secret passage that goes anywhere, at least not yet anyway. But I always think that when choosing a door, a hidden door should be top 2 or 3 in your choices, alongside normal doors and other doors. So I'll be going through how I built the door, and I'll be showing you how I put the secret mechanism on. But first, as always, let's pop over to the kitchen where I've got some chicken wings for you. Hey guys, welcome to the kitchen. Today I'm preparing some chicken wings. So pretty simple prep for these is just rub and marinate. So what I've got is all my chicken wing pieces in this bag, and then I'm just going to drop a little bit of oil in there as a binder. And then the rub today is I've got chili powder, hot paprika, cayenne powder, garlic, onion powder, salt and pepper, and a bit of cumin. So should be nice and fiery and spicy. Let's give that a mix round. And then I'm just going to go straight into the bag with the rub. So I'll put about half of it in and see how that looks when it's coated. And just give these a bit of a rinse round. What I should say is I patted these dry with some kitchen towel before I put them in this bag, just to try and get the skin a little bit dry so it doesn't go too rubbery on the barbecue. But I am smoking these today for around 2 hours. But what I'll do right at the end is take them off the smoke and put them right on the heat, just to crisp the skin a little bit. So going with the other half. I'm then going to let those marinate for a couple of hours while I get on with some stuff. Okay, so the hidden door I actually built a few months ago now. So this part of the video is just me showing you some pictures of that build and describing the process I went through to get to what I've got today, which is a hidden door, but without a mechanism. So once I've done that, we'll pop back to the shed and I'll show you how I put the mechanism on. So this was the picture that sort of greeted me when I used to open the front door of my house. As you can see, it's rather messy, had my recycle bins in, was also where I had my coat and my bike helmet, that sort of thing. It was generally just a bit of a dumping ground and didn't look that appealing when you entered the house. So that's why I wanted something to cover it. You can see in the picture I've already put the door trim on around it, because originally I was just going to leave it or maybe put a curtain over it, or at some point maybe add an actual door, but I decided to go down the hidden door route. So I'd measured the sort of door frame area inside of the trim. I then went about building what would become a bookcase door. So this is just the frame that I built out of some pine, and I've used just pocket holes on each of the corners to hold that frame together. And I've put that top and bottom, and that sort of frame matches the size of the doorway. To give the bookcase some depth, I added sort of some MDF walls. You can see actually in this photo that
I put the pocket holes, I use pocket holes again, but you'll notice that they are on the wrong side. So if you do decide to make yourself a hidden door on this in this way, make sure your pocket holes are on the other side, or you'd have to do what I did, which was fill these with wood filler, do a lot of sanding, which is not ideal, but this made the depth, this created the depth of the bookcase that I wanted. For some shelves, I used 18mm MDF again as the shelves, equally spaced so I could make the 6 sort of shelf areas there. And then because I don't really like the way that MDF like finishes on the edge, it gets quite grainy, it absorbs quite a lot of paint or whatever finish you put on it. So I just actually put some pine strip wood on the fronts so that I could paint those up. And they would finish better than the MDF. So after I'd fitted the door in place and made sure that it was going to open properly, I then put some, it's just 3mm hardboard on the back there to enclose it. So it's just tapped in with a hammer and some just sort of some panel pins all the way around just to close it off.
These are the hinges I used for the door. You recess each half into the frame and then into the door, and these are concealed hinges in that when you're, so the middle line there, your frame and your door butt up against, and then it opens in a lovely mechanism, which means that you don't see the hinges on the outside of the door. To mount the hinges on the door, so this is the side of the door here with the 3mm hardboard just nailed to the back. I've actually put a strip of pines. This is like a 2-inch or 2 by 1.5 length all the way down the inside. And that has given me enough space to recess the hinges into this, and then I've put this strip of pine on the inside of what was the original door frame, just to give me enough space to recess the concealed hinge in that side as well. Popped the hinges on. I just gave the door a couple of coats of paint just to finish it. There's a couple of gaps around the edges, but overall, at first glance, nobody notices it's actually a door. So after I installed the door and painted it and put some ornaments on it, I decided actually it didn't feel complete, because what hidden door is complete without a hidden mechanism to open it? Even though this only hides my recycle bins and not a fancy bar or a secret passage or anything like that, I still wanted a whimsical, novelty hidden mechanism. And because I don't have books on the shelf out my hallway, what I've decided to do is I'll create a mechanism which means that when I turn one of the ornaments, the door opens in that way. What I've got under the shelf here is like this little lip to hide the cable wire mechanism behind, so you won't see it when it's not in use. To demonstrate the mechanism I'm going to use, I've mocked up this door front, or this partial door front where the shelf joins the sides. So obviously this is the side, this would be the frame, and this would be the inner part of the shelf. Imagine this is the ornament on the top, and then at the top of the door would be this latch bolt. So when I turn the ornament, then that latch bolt retracts. That's actually got a button on the back to reset it, and the way that this mechanism works is, if I turn this round, you can see on the back here the mechanism. So essentially I've got a so this is a spring-loaded catch with a button on it. It releases it. I've got a just a nylon bearing there, acting as a pulley, and then this is just some stainless steel picture wire attached to the back of the keyring, and then underneath is just a piece of MDF at the moment. I'll probably use ply when I actually put this on the door. Underneath the ornament will be this bolt head. You can see I've recessed in one of those skateboard bearings that I had left over from the router sled project a couple of weeks back. I've just used a 22mm Forstner bit just to recess that in, and a bit of 2-part epoxy just to keep the outer race in the shelf. In order to mount an ornament and be able to turn the mechanism, I'm just building this sort of plinth base. So this is just a piece of pine that I had lying around the workshop. I've just put a round over edge on the end, and what I'm going to do now is just create the head of the bolt shape in the back so that I can slot it on, and then use that to turn the mechanism. So that's a recess made for the bolt head. I'll probably just sand this up now just to make it look nice, and then I'll find something to go on the bottom, either some felt or maybe just a bit of furniture polish just to make it slide on the shelf a little bit better. So I've transferred the latch bolt onto the back of the door, but what I've realised is that what I need is a something which will activate the button when the door resets, so that it'll close and lock properly. So what I've done is add this guy to the inside of the door frame. So it's just a bit of plywood and an upright, and this bit here stops the door, and then I've got a hole there for the bolt to go up into, and I've just put a screw in the side of this bit of plywood so that the button will actually activate on there. And I'll see if I can show you that from inside. Let me reset it. I'll see if I can show you that from inside of the cupboard, live inside of the cupboard. Door closes, that screw will activate the button, and the catch will then get caught, enter into the hole on top of that bit of plywood. When I've put the cable on the inside of the door, you can see I've run it all the way down to a nylon bearing, and then I've just drilled a hole through the side at the underside of the shelf, so that I can attach the mechanism, or attach the plinth, sorry, the ornament plinth. So I'm just going to perform a test to check that the door actually opens again before I finish the installation. So you hear a click there, so that's clicked shut and isn't coming open. If I pull the cable, the door opens. Perfect. So I'm going to get the rest of the mechanism in, and then we'll look at it in all its glory. So I've transferred the mechanism over to the door. Let's see if it works. So you can see when I pull it, nothing happens. When I turn the pop-up pirate, the door is released. And then there's a satisfying click when the door is closed. And that is a hidden door.
Okay, so chicken wings are on, and I've got a bit of hickory wood underneath the in the fire bowl. I'm going to leave those now to smoke away for a good 2 hours maybe, and then I'll come back and put them close to the flame so that we can get some skin crispy. So there's the chicken wings. It's been about 2 hours of these smoking. So just check the temperature. That's about perfect. So 74 is what we're looking for in all of these. So we're a bit over in some. Take another one. So what I'm going to do, just to crisp up some of the skin, is put them close to the fire. So I'm just going to give these about 5 minutes on either side, right on the coals, and then they'll be ready.
Hey guys, end of the day here on Matt Does Stuff. Today I've shown you how I built a hidden door to cover my recycle bins, and how I put the mechanism on so that when I turn the ornament, the door pops open. Whilst I was doing that, I was also smoking these, some chicken wings. And these were just on for a couple of hours and then finished off really close to the fire. So let's see what one of these tastes like. That chicken is tender because I've smoked it for a couple of hours. The skin is crispy because I've put it right next to the fire. And that rub is hot because I've used chili, cayenne and hot paprika. But that is delicious. Yeah, really enjoying those. And we're preparing these with beer. Today I've not gone for anything fancy, I've just gone for an ice cold lager because who doesn't like spicy food and ice cold lager? Great combination. So I'm going to get amongst these. And remember, you stay safe and get some stuff done.